I mean a 10-litre bucket. You could fill a 10-litre bucket, literally, with sweat. Okay? Now that's coming out of everywhere. Lanolin oil pours into here. It's got germs in it, it's raw, and sometimes will create sores on your arms which will fester and go into boils and get a bit ugly. So our legs hold the sheep, not my hands. So we wear special pants. Shearing pants have 2 thicknesses of denim all the way up the legs. So they act as a filter. The oil still gets in the legs, but it's clean by the time it's got there. We've got special shoes for shearing as well. We can't wear these. Now, they've got a steel cap. That's going to be hard and uncomfortable for the sheep to sit on. They won't like sitting on that. That's a rubber sole, and we shear on wood. You'll see why soon. We shear on wood, and that's going to slip and slide. It's got a heel, and that's going to put me off balance. So, we have these moccasins, and they're made from wool. So they feel natural to the sheep. They're nice and thick, because this is razor sharp. If I drop it, if it gets kicked out of my hand, it's going to fly off the end of that tube, and possibly hit someone there. Right? Possibly me or my next door neighbour shearing. Right? So you want that to stop. That hits your foot. They don't have a heel. They've got padding out there for the sheep, and they give me grip. They look fantastic. Air conditioned as well. Now, Lincoln University did a study on the world's most physically demanding jobs for energy expended, and according to their study, nothing comes close to energy expended that a shearer uses. Okay? This is physically the world's most physically demanding job. Okay? I can guarantee you there is no other job as honest as this one either, because we only get paid for what we do. If I shear 15 sheep in a day, I get paid for 15. If I shear 500 in a day, I get paid for 500. The faster you go, the more money you make, the less time you're in that position working. So you don't want to be like that forever. Yeah? You want to be all straightened up in under 2 minutes so you can turn around and walk straight back in and get another one. Now, before I tell you how much we earn per sheep, let me tell you there are guys and girls who have left school at 13 and 14 years of age, and they will put themselves through an absolute apprenticeship of hell for pain. Once they get through that pain barrier, if they're really smart, they'll go and put themselves through university and come out debt-free, all because of this thing. They'll go and buy a farm with us, they'll go and buy a house with us. And if they choose to shear all year round, then they're going to travel, and they will travel the world with us. To give you an example, I had an Australian ex-shearer in here about 4 weeks ago. He came in on a cruise ship, 70 years old, fully retired, started shearing sheep when he was 13 years old. He has 2 big farms, 4 houses, and he still cannot read or write, and he's 70 years old. So, and as I said to him, I think you know how to count. So, some of the countries that we're going to wind up going to. We can go to England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Italy, France, Germany, Spain, and every country I mentioned to you. I just Google my ticket, get on the plane, and turn up with no visa. And they will give me a visa at the border. If you guys are from the States, this is the only trade in the whole world where as a Kiwi shearer I can turn up to any American immigration border with no visa, with no green card, and I will get one at the border. So that goes like that. Your job is going to do that. And every time you drop this, you are guaranteed, almost guaranteed, to lose $40 because you will break the cone. Now, a few weeks ago I had the absolute privilege of going to one of the premier shearing competitions in the world. Now, what most people don't realise is that sheep shearing is not only an occupation, this is a competitive sport, a recognised competitive sport. Now, there is one sportsman in the world who has won more competitions, more events, more awards than any other sportsman anywhere in the world in the history of sport, and he's a New Zealand shearer called David Fagan. And ashamedly so, he is not even in our Hall of Fame yet. Right? Now, I'm going to quote you some world records for shearing sheep. But first I'll tell you how it works. Oh, I should mention David Fagan, 53 years old. He's shearing his last competitive shears this weekend at Tikawiti, his hometown. Okay, if you're anywhere near Tikawiti, don't hesitate. Go and see this guy shear. It's absolutely unbelievable. 53-year-old man on a Friday night at the Golden Shears. They have the speed shear, which is just one man, one sheep. See how fast someone can shear it. Right now the sheep has been bellied and it's been crushed and it sits right in front of the shearer, and as soon as he starts the machine, that starts the clock. As soon as he stops the machine, that stops the clock. Okay, 53 years old, David Fagan Shaw in 30 seconds. 30 seconds to shear a sheep. Okay, not good enough on the night though. The guy that won it, young married guy from Martin, Jimmy Samuels, Shaw won it in 22 seconds. Okay, 22 seconds to shear a sheep, not even close to the world record. I'll tell you about that in a second. Shearing day, that starts at 7:30 in the morning, and you walk in there, you catch your first sheep of the day, and you drag it to there, and you shear it, you put it out there, and you don't stop for 2 hours. It's a 2-hour period called a run. There are 4 runs in the day. Half an hour for morning tea, hour for lunch, half an hour for afternoon tea. All your breaks are unpaid. You're only paid while you're putting shorn sheep down that porthole. Now every record I'm going to quote you, except for one of them, is a 9-hour record. We shore 9-hour days when we had 80 million sheep. Right? A 9-hour day, that starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. You hit that gate and you don't stop for 2.5 hours. 4 2.5-hour runs, same amount of breaks. Right, world record for shearing lambs. This guy called Rodney Sutton. Now Rodney Sutton's the world record holder for lambs. He's a New Zealand shearer. And in 9 hours, Rodney Sutton caught, dragged, short, and put down the porthole 866 lambs in 9 hours. The equivalent of shearing one lamb every 45 to 50 seconds for 9 hours. Now you can YouTube that, and I'll show you 10 minutes of young Rodney setting that record. In his break times, he's not only having his Powerades and his food, he's having full massage and full physiotherapy just to keep going in that record. I always say to people, professional athletes all over the world need to toughen up. Come and do this. You show me one athlete that trains for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, 5 months a year. Because that's what the shearers in New Zealand do to get that all off, and they shear in the summertime. The last 3 summers we've had droughts. The only thing that stops you shearing sheep, wet sheep, which means it's rain. You haven't had any rain. Ladies lamb record, Ruth. Ladies 9-hour lamb record for Ruth. Young lady by the name of Emily Welch from Pukekohe in South Auckland. Caught, dragged, short, and put down the porthole 740 lambs from girls. World full-grown sheep record. Now, full-grown sheep weighs about 70 kgs, and this is held by a guy called Dion King. In the open men's final, Dion King at the Golden Shears actually finished first. Now, in the open men's final, they have to shear 20 sheep as fast and as clean as they can. Dion King finished about, and there were only about 3 blows between him and the winner. He finished about 3 blows ahead of him, but unfortunately his shearing wasn't quite clean enough. So he actually came 4th overall. But his world record, full-grown sheep, is still standing and is 721 full-grown sheep. Now you weigh, you multiply 721 by 70 kgs, and that gives you the full mass weight that Dion King shifted in that day, 9-hour day. That means he shifted well over 50,000 kgs. Because not only does he have to catch it, but he has to drag it to there. And the speed shearing record, 14.256 seconds. For the fastest sheep ever shot. Right. After all that, you're about to see the slowest. Okay,
All right.
have a look in here. Okay, still a lamb. This one's still a lamb, and this will be the first time it's ever been shorn in his life. No top teeth. He's still a lamb because he's got all baby teeth. He'll get his first 2 adult teeth right smack in the middle there in another month or 2. No side teeth. Now he's a castrated male and he's called a wether. The only reason we can find out that they're called wethers is because they don't know whether they're a boy or whether they're a girl. But down in here is the coiba, where the stained wool is. That's a urine stain. Now I'm going to do a little clearing blow here. Then we're going to start up on the bushes. Clear that wool out like that. So out the legs like that, then we come around and we crush them out through here. Go to the tailbone. Then we go up to the head. Do a clearing blow there, then we go all the way up the neck. Back up to the ear. Grab like that, go around the back of the head. Good, probably. And down the other side. Right, who wants to go?
Birthday boy.
Well, this is your
Birthday boy, yeah.
whose birthday is it?
Birthday boy right there.
I'm going to hold it for you. I'll just done a little nick on the ear, bleeding a little bit, but don't worry about the blood, it's not mine. Just joking. Okay. Go ahead and come here. What's your name? Larry. Larry, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Go ahead and come this way here, Larry. Okay, Larry. Left hand on the cheek just here. Bring that down to there. Now, Larry, look up and give him your biggest birthday grin, mate. Okay. Come on down. Ready? States, tell all your friends and family you saw that, and have a happy birthday. Anyone else want to go? Oh, here we go. Young guy in green, come over here, man. How you doing, bud? What's your name? Hey? Elijah. Okay, Elijah, come around and get you. Right here. Give me your right hand thumb. Right here. Hold on to that. Bring that. Left hand. Hey, look up at nose and smile. Look up and smile. Now, Randy, and you ladies in the audience, make sure you take a little bit of wool home with you. Okay? I've got it around the lantern in there. Okay, you put this in a plastic bag, and every day you put your hands in the bag. Get the oil on your hands, and once it soaks in, let it soak in, and then wash your hands. Otherwise, you smell like sheep, Randy.
Okay.
If you go out at night and you want to be left alone, well, the boys do this with it. Okay? Don't do that if you go to Australia, though. Actually, it's attractive. Okay. One more. Yeah, come on up. Okay, Luke. Thumb there. Okay. Left hand there. Look up and smile. Right. Now, relax it.
You're not taking it home.
Okay.
We have this one again.
Look at that. Lemon.
Okay, now, think about this for a second. How busy this time of year is summertime. The hottest part of the year. You're in sweltering hot shearing sheds that make a lot of heat. The animals in here create heat as well. These genes create heat. You work like that. Every animal that you shear, the heat's going to go there, they'll get back to their feet. Once they're on the feet, you push them down that porthole. You have a quick drink of water if you need it. Then you fly back into that tent as quickly as you can. Catch the next one, and drag it out. And you do that as many times as your brain and body can handle. Because like I said before, you only get paid for what you do. Now, remember, that's the first time this little guy has ever been shorn in his life, and how wiggly or how much of a fuss did he make about it? Okay, he sat there and let me do that. Yes, he does have a nick in his ear. Ears are really, you only have to just clip them and they'll bleed quite badly. That's only just a little clip. Alright, now, what I want to do is show you why he just sat there and let me do this. See that? When I first dragged him out and I played around with that leg, see how relaxed it is? The pressure point right here. My leg puts pressure there. That leg does that. If I get my right hand finger and do this, put it there, hopefully you can do this one.
Hello, little sheep.
So I can take that and get it out of my way. The first blow is to here, second blow to there, third blow is just down past the pizzle to here, down to it, down around the side of it, and straight over the top of it, and then a blow into there and the belly's out. Now, you take a slight step out with your left foot, slightly turn them, and you go 1, 2, crushed out. Put that leg to there, a little bit more footwork, you turn into here, and we'll push there and go out there, and then smooth out the wrinkles. Wrinkles are always going to mean cuts, and then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to the head, 1, 2 there, step forward and roll them, and step into, here. Little blow there, and then straight up that neck. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that leg starts to work. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step over. 1, 2, down the side of the face. Step up, step back, lift that head, and clamp them there. And once I've got them clamped there, like that, I've got my hands free. Obviously, I hope it doesn't bite. Yeah? Down, 1, 2, step back, 3, 4, 5, down to the plank, down to here. And at this point, most shearers don't do this step. I do this because it saves my hamstrings. Now step back and bring the head through and took them with that foot. That gets me on to the last back leg. 3, 4, 5, finished. And every time you do that, that's $2. Isn't that fantastic? $2 a sheep. Who wouldn't want to do that all day for $2 a sheep?
Oh my God.
You're going to earn $100,000 a year like some of these guys and girls. You do the maths. Right? They earn every cent. Now, a couple of things we don't want to cut. Obviously, there's a puzzle. On the girls, you'll have teats about here. The left hand of the shearer covers up those teats, and you're going to cut your hand before you cut those teats. Now, just in here, right there, that's called the hamstring. Now, if I cut that, if I'm lucky, I pay the farmer for the sheep, because he'll never walk again. If I'm not so lucky, the farmer will show me the door. I walk through the door, and I will not be allowed to shear back into this farm again. Okay, it's very strict, because the sheep has to be destroyed. The sheep can't walk if the hamstring is cut. Okay? This shouldn't happen. It's probably happened to every shearer once, including myself. I didn't get kicked out of the shed, but yeah, you could do. You take hold of the skin there. You make a fist. Just gently push. Leg locks. So you go there. There's no problem. Yeah? Because you've got to swing that handpiece right up and around it to get the ball off. Okay. Now you guys and girls, do you want to see something really, really cool?
Yeah.
Even more cool.
I do.
Even more cool.
You guys really suck. Okay, so you guys are from China, yeah? Originally. Yeah, from China. Do you know Jackie Chan? Yeah? Kung Fu? Kung Fu? Yeah? Sheep also know Kung Fu. Really? Do you want to see some sheep Kung Fu?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this. Oh yeah. Well, you're from China, so you must also know Tai Chi. You know Tai Chi? Many people do Tai Chi in China, yes? Okay, watch. Sheep know this too. Yeah? I'll show you sheep Tai Chi. Now, last pressure point. This might not work on this one because it's a boy. But underneath the left ear of all females, there's a pressure point right here. You give this a bit of a rub. Is this your husband? Yes, sir. Underneath the left ear of all females, not just sheep. Okay, do you understand what I mean? Yes? This is received. Understood? Okay, now I don't know how long the sheep will stay here for, but it's pretty relaxed. Remember, first time ever in his life it's been tipped over and dragged out and shorn. Ever in his life.
That's a shock. Is it a shock or anything? Shock?
Is it what?
Is it in shock?
Like,
It's just relaxed.
so it lasts in massaging?
Yes. Please wait until you're off the premises. No, what we're trying to demonstrate is that there's no way anyone can shear a sheep in under 2 minutes without knowing exactly what they're doing. The guys and girls that do this job are highly professional and highly skilled. If they're not, the door's shown to them. You could get 8 or 10 of these that don't want to sit in front of you and let you shear them. They do kick and fight. This one just didn't because they held it properly. Okay? When they kick and fight, there's a few things going on. You're getting frustrated, and that can lead to anger management issues. You can't take it out of the sheep. You've got to learn this job properly. If you don't, the door's shown to you. And what we're trying to show you is also that there are animal activists in the world who would like to see the wool trade banned because they believe shearing to be cruel. Okay? And I'll tell you what is cruel. Over 400 years, man has intervened in the breeding of their sheep. Before they grew wool for textiles, the wool only grew that long. But they breed sheep so that they keep growing longer and longer and longer wool. If we don't shear the sheep, they are literally going to die, eventually. You try going through summertime with 15 or 20 kilos of this on you. If you do get it through summertime, you try going through wintertime and you get torrential rain, and that triples in body weight. You lay down, you can't get up again because of the weight on your back. So, that's what we're trying to demonstrate. Right. Now, the wool. The wool from the belly, which is this part, wool from the crutch, that part, we keep separate from this. Because it's short, it's dirty, it's inferior quality wool because it's closest to the ground and closest to the back end of the sheep. Because it is so dirty and so very, very smelly, it all goes into Australia. This stuff. And we want to just take a minute to tell you about this. It's really important that you guys understand what's happening right now. We take this wool away and we'll turn this into housing insulation, we'll turn it into carpet, we'll turn it into felt for moccasins and carpet underlay, and we'll turn it into knitting yarn, and it doesn't matter what we turn it into, the farmer doesn't make a cent out of this. He still has to get a sheep shorn once a year. He gets $3 a kg for that. This is the North Island, New Zealand sheep farmer I'm talking about. He gets $3 a kg for that, and it would have just cost him $2 to get a sheep shorn if he was getting it shorn outside sheep wood. Okay? We have a few problems. We have a high New Zealand dollar, as some of you have found out. Yeah? Dollar's high, this is an export commodity, so it's low. As the dollar comes down, the price goes up a little bit. But what we're finding is only marginal. Our biggest problem is global people. You guys, local people here, Kiwis, us. We either choose not to carpet our house because we just want a shiny wooden floor, or we go and buy a synthetic carpet, just like our synthetic clothes, and tell the farmer how much money we'll save. Now the farmer's going to tell you exactly where you can stick your synthetic carpet, and he's going to tell you, yes, this is twice as expensive, but it lasts 4 times longer, dummy. Right? 4 times longer you'll get the use out of the carpet than the synthetic carpet. You look at social responsibility. This creates employment for people who want to work. They don't want to sit around and get paid by the government to do nothing. They work really hard. And I'm not just talking about the shearers, the whole shearing gang. It's a combined collective work. There's a name for it. Yeah. I'll tell you who the hardest worker is in a shearing gang is the guy on the end of that machine over there, which is called the wool press. They don't stop. He doesn't stop. All right? He presses bales before work, he presses them in his lunchtime, in his morning tea, and in his afternoon tea, and he presses them before he goes home to keep up with the shearers. Okay, so you look at sustainability. Guys there, we can shear twice a year for all our textiles, no problem at all. We love to because shearing's in our blood. Yeah? We have fun while we do it. Now, sustainability, we mention that because all your synthetic products are made from oil. You all know about oil. Once it's gone forever. this is a renewable resource. You can just keep sharing those. Once that oil, and I'll tell you about this stuff, the oil in this, we remove this oil. The first thing we do is take that oil out and use it in your soaps, your hand care products, skin cares, and automotive lubricants. A product called Lanolix. Check that one out. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. Yeah. Okay, once that's gone, you insulate your house, you fully carpet your house, and you might just save you and your family's life. Because I can guarantee you time to get out of your house if it catches fire. This is going to slow fire down. I can guarantee you 20 to 25 minutes to get out. That's about 20 minutes you won't get synthetics because they're made from oil and they help the house burn even quicker. Okay. Do you have any questions?
So I'm just working out from the finance stuff that you said that if you share these sheep twice a year, the
We
farmer,
don't share all of them twice a year. What we do is we share all the sheep in summertime, and then we'll have a second share coming into winter where we just share lambs, like what just Sean for you, and pregnant females. Yeah, so go on.
that's what I'm trying to work out finances. It's not financially really viable just to have a wool farm, is it, for a farmer?
No,
At all?
not unless you're growing merino. Merino wool. That's a success story actually. But unfortunately, merinos are a breed that originally came from Spain. Okay, now we grow them in the high country of the South Island, and they produce some of the finest quality wool in the world. It's all high-end stuff wool, really flash suits and all the rest of that stuff. We can't grow them up here because we get too much rain. Your feet, they're a dry country sheep, your feet can't handle mud. Okay, and the wool, when it gets rained on torrentially, it actually rots on the back of the sheep before it dries out. So that's the problem with merinos for us. Otherwise, everyone would grow them.
So what do most farmers do to...
They're growing for meat, they're growing for wool, and they're growing for lamb replacement. Yeah, and which is fertility, so that they can keep replacing them. And they won't be just running sheep; they'll be running cattle with the sheep, and on a ratio. And the thing is that the price of cattle at the moment at the sale yards is still climbing up. I think last season it got up to a height of $6.40 per kilo. Wow. So if you had a 400 or 500 kilogram beast, yeah, you do the math. Yeah, that's a lot of money for one beast. And if you had 100 of those, well, yeah, you're in the money. The sheep price lamb, it's not too bad either. So they're making money on the meat side of things. Yeah.
And sorry, I can ask you questions after this, not just about how long then, so you get your lamb and you're shearing it.
Yep.
When do they take the lambs off for meat? Like how long does the farmer invest in that lamb before it gets it?
It's got to get to a minimum carcass weight of, I think it's 16 to 18 kgs. 18 kgs. And that doesn't take a lamb very long to get to 18 kgs. And then once it's hit that weight, the farmer can choose to grow it on for a little bit more weight in it and then flick it on. But what you've got to be careful of is that that lamb doesn't get its first 2 adult teeth. Because once it gets those 2 teeth, it's not a lamb anymore. It's a hogget and the price drops. Even though there's more of it and there's more flavour in the meat, most farmers would rather eat hogget than a lamb. Yeah. So that's what happens.
Oh.
So, and that, the time that it gets those first 2 adult teeth is about 16 to 18 months to get them. Any other questions? Okay. If you do think of something, come and see me, no problem. We have a chat. We've got one more thing to do. So, I've got a question for you. Remember, I've only got one lamb, but it doesn't matter that I've only got one lamb. If you want to feed a lamb, big kid, little kid, come and sit down on the bottom steps for me. Okay?
I'm not worried about feeding lambs.
Down on the bottom.
I have ran.
I want to dominate the whole thing.
How you want to feed that lamb?
Let the kids do it.
I might have to chill out.
That's it.
Want to do it.
Bunch one up a little bit, boys. Yeah. What about you big kids? Come on out. Okay. That's all good. Now,
Many people don't.
this little lamb is going to run in here, and it's about this big actually. He's going to be looking for that. You're going to hold your bottle out like that. As soon as he latches onto that, tip it upside down, milk will come out. Okay, make sure you do that, otherwise the lamb won't stay with you. Don't drink the milk. Okay. Drink the milk, kids. Don't squeeze the bottle either. Squeeze the bottle will go too fast down the beer. Now, don't hold the bottle down like that either. Okay, make sure it's up high. Now, once you get that lamb drinking, slowly take it to whoever's next to you and let them give it to you, then pass it on. Pass it on, and just have fun. Okay? Once it's finished, take the bottle off. Okay? So you hang on to that first. Okay, well,
Yeah, get closer together.
hang on the pipe. Here it is. Why do you be starting to wean yourself off? Once he gets going, he'll get going. You'll never go, mate. Stand up. Get that up nice and high. You'll never go. Doing well.
Don't touch my hat.
Good. Go ahead.
There we go.
Come back. Come on. He's just got a bit scary because he's got no other lamps with him. Walking back in.
Good. Good. Put your hands in the air.
Yeah, that calf out there. The calf is also quite hungry as well. Well, we're just going to change the shoes. If you want to feed a calf, do that as well. We'll feed it. Just before we finish up, on behalf of Sheep, we'll thank you very much for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. You have a great day. Have a great time while you're in New Zealand. Make sure you keep